You do not want to be this person. You want to sell to this person. You will make far more money buying the announcement, letting everyone else drive this shit up, and you selling to that person a couple days before that special divvy pays out. What are special divvies? All right, let's talk about them real quick. What are special divvies? So special dividends, what's a good way of explaining? I have videos on dividends if you want to see more about dividends. But what are dividends? Dividends are a cash payout that a company gives you. Some people like to call it loyalty reward. Some people like to call it a bribe to convince you to keep holding your stock, whatever. So dividends are a percentage of revenue given back to shareholders, okay? I like to call it a bribe. That's just what I like to call it, okay? I like to call dividends a bribe. And the reason I do that is it's basically a way of guaranteeing that they have shareholders keep their shares, right? You consistently pay dividends, shareholders aren't selling their shares. Less people selling, okay? Less volatility, more stability, more upside movement, right? Because if somebody wants to buy it, there's less shares, and somebody's going to want to get profit for it. There's no panic selling because people hold it for the divvies, and generally it helps keep a stock strong. Not always, but generally, right? Doesn't help it grow, but it helps it sustain. I call it a bribe. There's an old rule that says the higher the percentage of divvy, the more risky the stock. So you see something that has a 40% divvy, there's a reason, right? Why else would somebody give you that much money to bribe you? That's a lot of money. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, it's a very TLDR. What is a special dividend? When I say special, I don't mean what your elementary school teacher used to call you. I mean special as in like a unique dividend. This happens when a company either wins a lawsuit, has a larger than expected quarter, has a bunch of extra money, and they want to reward their shareholders. What do? They give a dividend that is not their normal payout dividend directly injected to you. This community played it together with NLOK. For those of you guys that have been around, you remember the NLOK divvy, $17 divvy on a $24 stock, or $7 divvy, whatever it was. It was like a 40%. I forgot what it was. It was some crazy number. Okay? What happens when a special divvy is announced? Everybody wants to get in and get that special divvy. So let's say you have a stock that's worth $10 and they say we are going to give a $1 special divvy on, let's say, June 20th. What does that mean? That means anyone that owns the share on that day of record gets $1 for every share they have. So if they have one share at $10, they get $1. If they have 100 shares, they get $100, right? $1 is 10% of this. So you're saying to yourself, well, shit, that's only 5 days from now. Fuck it, I want to get in on this. So you buy. But you're not the only one who gets in on this. Everybody else gets in on it. And it goes to $11. Well, at $11, it's still 9%. Fuck it, it's worth buying. Pushes it to $12. Well, fuck it, it's still 8%. That's easy. And up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up. But what happens when that divvy pays out? Guess who gets fucked? The guy who bought at $15 gets his $1 divvy, but by the time he sells a share, it's back to $10. Now, he has lost $5 per share and gained $1 per share, meaning he's down $4 per share, which could represent as much as 35% of his investment. You do not want to be this person. You want to sell to this person. You will make far more money buying the announcement, letting everyone else drive this shit up, and you selling to that person a couple days before that special divvy pays out. Because you bought at $10 and you sold at $15. You don't give a fuck about a $1 special divvy because A, you don't want to own this stock for the long term, and B, you just made $5 per share on all the idiots getting in ahead and you're selling to them. So you made 5 times your investment of holding through. The general consensus with divvy payouts is that a stock will fall equal to the amount of the dividend, whether it's a regular dividend or a special dividend. Okay? But in this case, there's so much unjustified growth in the short term on a stock that everyone's going to sell off. And then if you want to play again, you wait till the sell-off, if you want to be in this long term, and buy the fucking dip. We had people do that here with NLOK. They got in, they ran it 27%, sold to the idiots up here, it fell, they bought back in, it went up another 10%, they cleared 37% in 21 days. That is how I play special dividends when I want to play them. Now, something like Torchlight, it's so cheap, I don't know, I don't follow it, so I don't know what the actual potential is there, but whenever we did, what was the last one we just did this on? What was the special divvy we just played out? Ah, Rocket. For those of you guys that were here for Rocket, I taught these guys the exact same thing with Rocket. They got in, what was it, $18, $17 or whatever? I forgot what it was. They announced a special divvy, the goddamn stock went up to $30. These sons of bitches made 80%. And then, it sold off before the special divvy paid, but these guys had stop losses. They cut it out at $25 or whatever it was. They made $8 per share. That represents a 50% return they made in a week. It was almost $40 that it hit. Yeah, there you go. Let everyone else drive the price up, and before that divvy pays out, a couple days before, or you want to wait till the day before because you want to get any last second people in there. But then you got to decide if the divvy is going to be enough to mount it. If there's enough advertising out there, you know, enough whatever for retail traders to buy in. You buy. You let them jack it up, you sell to them, let them who don't know what they're doing get caught with the fucking hold. And you collect that fat premium right there. You say, thank you, bitches. But Stocky, wouldn't I just take puts at the top? If it's gonna fall, wouldn't I just take puts? No, they already priced that into the options, guys. It's already priced in. You think you think you're five head when it comes to that? No. You're not scamming anyone. You're not convincing anyone to buy it. You're not scamming it. You're just taking advantage of ignorance. There's a big difference there.